Imagine waking up and hearing your dog explain exactly why he's been barking at the mailman for 5 years. Or walking through a park and hearing a squirrel complain about the lack of high-quality acorns this season. For centuries, humans have wondered what is going on inside the minds of the creatures we share the planet with. We've tried to guess their feelings through tail wags and chirps. But what if the barrier finally crumbled? What if a breakthrough in AI and neural translation technology allowed us to have a real, two-way conversation with any animal on Earth? Today on Futurixia, we are breaking the silence. We're exploring a world where the human-animal divide is a defunct concept. A world that would be much louder, much weirder, and potentially much more uncomfortable than we ever imagined. To understand how this would change our lives, we have to look at the end of mystery. The first few weeks of animal translation would likely be the most famous period in human history. We would finally get answers to the big questions. We'd ask whales about the songs they've been singing for generations and find out if they have a history of the ocean. We'd ask elephants about their memories and discover the true depth of their grief. But the reality might be a bit of a letdown. While we expect deep, poetic thoughts, we might find out that most animals spend most of their time thinking about 3 things: food, mating, and get off my lawn. Your cat might not be a philosopher. She might just be a very demanding roommate who thinks you're a slightly incompetent hunter. Once we can talk to animals, we can no longer treat them as property. This is where the world gets a bit messy. If a cow can look a farmer in the eye and say, "I value my life and I don't want to be eaten," the entire global food industry would collapse overnight. We would have to reinvent our legal systems. Would a dog have the right to sue for neglect? Would police dogs demand a salary or better retirement benefits? Could a bird that witnessed a crime testify in court? Suddenly, the Wildverse isn't just a place we visit. It's a society of billions of individuals with their own opinions. And they might have some very strong words about how we've been treating their homes. On the positive side, our understanding of the planet would explode. We could hire animal consultants to help us track climate change. Instead of using satellites to guess where a forest is struggling, we could just ask the resident birds and insects. We could work with dolphins to clean up the oceans, or ask rats to help us find people trapped in earthquake rubble. Humans and animals could form a global cooperative, working together to repair the damage we've done to the environment. The secret language of trees would no longer be a secret. It would be a shared project. However, there is a darker side. Right now, we live in blissful ignorance of the struggle in the wild. If we could hear every animal, we would hear the cries of every rabbit caught by a fox and the calls of every hungry cub. Could we handle the emotional noise of a world that is constantly talking? We might find that the peace and quiet of nature was actually its most valuable feature. Some philosophers have suggested that an animal's world is so different from ours that even with a translator, we might not have anything to talk about. A spider's concept of beauty or time might be so alien that our conversation would be total nonsense. Ultimately, talking to animals would be the ultimate lesson in humility. It would force us to realize that we aren't the only main characters on Earth. We would have to learn to share the planet as equals, negotiating for space and resources. It would be a noisy, chaotic, and challenging world, but it would also be one where we never feel alone again. The bridge between species would be built, and the silence of the ages would finally be broken. Thank you for joining us on this vocal journey into the future here at Futurixia. Being able to talk to animals would change our world more than almost any other invention. If you enjoyed this What If, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of tomorrow. Would you want to know what your pet is really thinking? Or are you afraid of what they might say? Do you think humanity would become vegan overnight? Or would we find a way to ignore the animals' voices? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep thinking big and stay curious about the voices of the wild.